What's up, everybody? It has been a while since I've posted a video. It's been almost like 2 years. A lot's happened in those 2 years, I was helping family start their business, working for them, trying to get their things squared away. We got all that squared away, and then decided, let me get back into trading and focus on my goals and everything that I want to do. And so for the past couple months, I've just been trading, trying to get better, trying to develop my strategies, and just focus on my goals and really just achieve what I want to achieve. And so far, it's been paying off. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you've seen that I started a funding pips challenge last night at 1 a.m. Passed it today with 8%. It was like 8.5% I made today by like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, all in one day. Super crazy. I probably could have passed the other stage 2 today if I wanted to, but it takes them like 24 hours to give me the credentials. So I don't really care. We can wait until Sunday night, Monday for that to start that and to pass that and everything. But yeah, it was really definitely a crazy night. It took about 3 or 4 trades off of gold, US 30, and kind of NASDAQ. Not really, but I was only in that trade for like 5 seconds or 5 minutes rather. And got out. I didn't like the setup. But I just wanted to break down those trades for you. It was a 4K day, even though it's only like a challenge account. It's still 4K in one day, which is still fucking amazing, Even if it isn't like real money at the moment, because we're doing a challenge account, like I said. That's still 8% in a day, which is super hard to get sometimes. The market just gave me the subs, and I was there, and I took it. So I just wanted to go ahead and just break it down to you guys, and really just go over everything of what I did and what I was looking for. So we're going to start off with gold because this was the first trade I did take on the challenge account. And what I typically do is I like to do a top-down analysis. So I typically start on like the daily, maybe the 4-hour, but for these trades tonight, I started on the daily. So as we see right here, this candle was from yesterday. It did close with a big wick right here, and that caught my attention because when we look at this support and resistance zone of 1915, you say 500, 600, if you want to call it, we can see there's a lot of support and resistance, just big movements from this area. Like, for example, here, what we currently had, here, 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 and so on and so forth. So, and with all these movements, they came and they pushed up to this next, so not even the next one, the second support and resistance level I had marked off at 1928, 400, we can call it. So that was pretty much my idea of expecting this to push up back to this support and resistance level, which you can see it did. So that was pretty much my idea of reasons for entering this trade. Because when you go down to like H4, it looks bearish. Like, you know what I mean? We broke these lows and it's just selling off. That's what it looks like. But we're playing based off the daily. Higher time frames are key. So that's what made me stick with, okay, we're going to keep buying even though like H4 is showing sells. And on top of that, I was only trying to buy up to this MA that I have. So there was that as well, playing a part of it. So I was like, okay, we still have a lot of room for the MA. So I usually don't buy or sell if it's touching the MA. I usually wait for a break or whatever, unless it's like going with the trend of the MA. So moving down to H1, again, there really wasn't anything crazy. So originally what happened is on my previous account before I started the challenge, I was already in this trade because I'm going to tell you that setup because that's what kind of made me continue this setup for this trade. So what that setup taught me, or that I seen that I entered, was because one, price had broken above the support and resistance zone right here. So I was waiting for this pullback to happen. Once that pullback happened, I jumped down to the lower time frames. I believe it was 5 minutes I jumped down to. And I went like super aggressive on this. You can say super aggressive, not really, but I guess you can say super aggressive. Once price made this pullback right here, I wanted to enter, but there is just no clear placement for my stop loss. Like the closest placement stop loss would have been this area, and that's just a really far stop loss. So I just dubbed it, and I was like, no, it's okay. So what I ended up doing was I ended up being patient, and I was like, okay, I need another rejection from this area, and then I can look for another entry. So I waited all through this, and it's finally pulled back. We had this rejection candle right here. So I believe I entered right around here, and I had my stops right here. And then I had my original take profit at this right here for H4 and for 1 to 3. And as you can see, it did hit. So that's great. But to be transparent, like I have this zone marked off because this is actually where like I was looking to take profit at, like my first TP hit, you know. But then looking to see if price rejected it and melted, then I would get out of the trade. But as you can see, it didn't happen. So anyway, yeah, so we're in this trade or whatever. I let it play out. I don't even move the break even because I wanted to push up to my TP on H4 at 1928 400 area that we mentioned earlier. So then I decide to get my challenge account at around 1 a.m., which is about right here in this area. So I seen how price already moved and it was still rejecting this area. So literally I just entered again. I believe I entered like around here and I have my stops right here. So like it was like very aggressive. Very, very aggressive. And I was only targeting this zone right here on H1 with this move. So I can delete this bigger move. That wasn't in my actual challenge. So I was only targeting this move right here. And I was like, all right, cool. Like we can just watch and see what it does. Because on H1, I like to go up. And even though I have like H4 as support and resistance zones for targets, I like to look at H1 because sometimes there's zones in here that are not major support and resistance zones, but you can still see price push back from and reject. And it may even stop you out, especially when I'm trading on like M5 or M15 timeframes. I really look for these areas for me to get out of price. And you'll see that today on US 30 when we go over that, how that worked like to the T. So yeah, so anyway, so you can see here I have this zone marked off because we have a lot of just support and resistance in this area. You know, price reacted really well from this area, so I was expecting the same thing. So that's where I wanted to get out at. And as you can see, price hit it, and it did pull back, you know, but I had my TP set right here. So as soon as it hit, I got out, and I was fine with it. And I ended up getting out right when it pulled back because I gave the markets back some money, and I was like super mad about it. I remember, like I was pissed. I was like, bro, I just did all this, and I let them get like $300 back. I'm on like a 50K account. I said, bro, I gave them like $300, and because like I was sitting at like 2,500, and then it pulled back, and I closed at like 17 or 16, and I was pissed. No, I was sitting at 2,200 floating P&L, and then I closed at 17, and I was pissed. I was trying to get out at like 25, so I saw it like pull back, and I got scared, and I was like, yeah, I'm out. I'm not dealing with this. No, I'm okay. So it pulled back right here, as you can see, and I believe that was on the actual 1 minute I was watching it. And I was like half asleep by this too. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And it pulled back, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. So I got out as soon as it started pulling back. And yeah, that's what made me not get the full 25. I mean, it is what it is. Like I wasn't really stressing it because still 1 to 2, you know what I mean, was still good. It was like 1 to 2.5. It was still a great trade regardless. You know, barely any drawdown on that second entry. And it was a really nice trade. Like I was sitting in like consolidation for a minute on the lower time frame. But I mean, that is what it is. I don't want to cry about that. But other than that, like it was just, you know, it just played out really well, and I was really happy about that. So that's what gave me the 12 or 17, 2.5%, however you want to call that. Let's see, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, so about $1,600, $1,700. Then I was gonna enter German 30. I entered and closed those a couple times. Nothing crazy happened there. They were just small, like break evens, essentially like $50 losses and a win. It was pretty much break even. So for that, I didn't really care about. So moving on to US 30 here. Let's go up to our top down from daily, like what I did. So as we've seen here, we have a lot of bearish momentum going on. So I did see it close under rather bearish. So I was like, okay, I can expect it to pull up and retest this area since we closed down here. And that's exactly what I waited to happen. So this was this morning. This is what like all my trades happened. Like these two trades happened this morning. It's back-to-back trades for US 30. This is around like 8:30, 9 o'clock. I think it was actually 8 o'clock. I just woke up and literally crusted my eyes and everything. I'm like, oh man, let's see what's going on. So yeah, so I seen it push up and push up, and I was like, okay, we could be pushing up a little more. I decided to wait, so I went down to H1, and I seen that where's that? Yeah, so on H1 here, I seen that we have rejected this area right here, and along with this MA rejection. So I was like, "Ooh, this looks great." Okay, oh, this looks great, and we also had this rejection up here too. So I was like, "Okay, this has potential for us to like melt off." So I went down to M15. With this, we went over here like to the 15-minute. You can see it's just a bunch of mess, like it's craziness going on. But my idea was essentially, we broke this level right here. So I was expecting price to retest this level, which it eventually did. I was like, okay, cool. And then at 8 o'clock time, it's like we were up here. So I was like, all right, we'll see what's going on. So I went down to the 5-minute and I just waited. And I noticed price broke right here in this area. It broke this level. So I was like, bet. So literally, it broke under this candle. I waited for it to pull back, and I had super aggressive entries on here. Like you can see right here. This is literally the trade that I was in at the exact time right when it closed. You can see where I entered that right here. And I had my stops so freaking close. So I had my stops. Is that long? So I entered right after this break, and then I waited for it. It pulled back up, and I waited for some exhaustion to show. And I was like, all right, bet. I entered on this candle when it was like down here, and then I put my stops right above these highs, right? Yeah, it was right above this high right here. Yeah, it was right above this high right here. So I was like, bet. You know what? All right, we're gonna hold this out, and if I'm wrong and price like pushes up, then that means this trade wasn't valid, and we're not going short. We're gonna continue long, and it is what it is. And thankfully, I wasn't wrong, you know. And then my idea was okay, my target is going to be this level right here because this is the most recent level that's going to actually give me like some decent like R to R. You can see it's a 1 to 3, so it gave me some decent R to R. So I was like, okay, this is the level that I want to get out at if we are right on this trade. And then my other idea was once we break this level during this trade, I wanted to get back in on a retest. That never happened, unfortunately. So, I mean, it is what it is on this trade. So this trade ended up melting. It came back, retested a couple times, melted, and I got out. I got out like without my TP even like actually hitting. I just closed it because it was just like a bunch of volume came in, and I was like, oh snap. And it was like right here is when I got out at. I have my TP right here. So right here is where I got out at. And it just had so much volume. And I was like, oh, snap. So I got out and closed. I was like, cool. I'm fine with that. So then what I noticed was, I was like, all right, bet we did that. Now, the next thing for us to do is this. Since we have this level right here, the next level I want to look at is this overall level for the 15 minute, I believe it was. Yeah. This overall level of the 15. I was like, this is where I want to look at next for possible targets if you can pull back. So price, what I did was since we broke this neckline of like what I said before, I wanted to get back in on a retest. So we're breaking right here. Since we did end up breaking it and I got out right here in this area, I waited for price to pull back. I did this live in front of my, well, I guess you could say not live, like it wasn't like on a webcam or anything like that, on like a Zoom, but like I posted the screenshot, like when I entered, I told him, I was like, yo, I'm looking for this right here. And this is where I'm going to enter at if it does pull back. So it did that exactly. I entered like right here. I got like excited and I was like, all right, whatever. And I put my stops above like this high or this high. It was one of these two highs. I believe it was this high right here. I put my stops above. And my target was this level right here. So I got in, got out, and I was like, bro, this is beautiful. It was such a beautiful trade, man. Like it just happened so perfectly. Like, you have no idea. Like I was just so excited and happy, and that gave me like another like 1 to 2, and that's what actually pushed me above the 8% for the day for these trades, and for me to hit the challenge account. So like I was super happy, super thankful that this happened, and that like I'm starting to develop these skills, because it's really simple stuff. But once you start to understand it, it's just breaks of structure, and you're looking for retests, and you're looking to play it to the most probable area, which would be like here or here on each one overall. And it all just played out so well in my favor. And as you can see, like it literally like tapped it and reversed. You know what I mean? Came back down, melted through and reversed. I got out right here when it hit, and I was out. Actually, no, because this shitted off too, and I got out like right here, and I saw a back. I was like, yeah, we're good. I'm out. Like I hit my goal. I was done. I was cool. And then you can see it reversed, and it went straight up. Like that was my trades for the day. Like that was it. Nice and simple, in and out. These trades took probably about like 30 minutes, 40 minutes to an hour to play out, if that. And I love it so much more because you guys know I used to trade Forex, and now like I'm just switching over to indices because it's just so much faster. Like you don't see these moves in the Forex market anymore. Ever since COVID happened, like you don't see these moves at all. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown. Let me know if you guys have any questions. If there's anything else that I can clear up for you guys, if you need like better breakdowns, things like that. Make sure you go ahead and join my new Telegram. It's an actual community where you can chat with me and things like that. That'll be a link in the description as well. So feel free to join that. And I hope you guys are having a great trading time. Hope you had a great trading week, and I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Let's kill it next week. And be on the lookout for more videos from me, especially as I pass stage 2 and get funded. With funding pips, like you can do like a 5-day payout every week. So that's fucking amazing. So that's what kind of caught my eye about them. I'm not sponsored with them. I don't work with them or anything like that. Maybe I can one day, who knows? But like I'm gonna be very picky about like the prop firms or funding companies that I work with, just because of the nonsense that happens with like my Forex funds or some other ones that happened like a few years ago. You just want to be careful with who you partner with, especially me. I'm very picky about who I partner with and like my name attached to whatever brand. That's why you don't see me just promoting anything. If I do, it's 110% legit, and I'm transparent about everything. So with that being said, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe, like, do all that good stuff. And yeah, I'll be sure to give you guys some more videos. Hopefully I give you some lifestyle vlogs and things like that soon. With these withdrawals, I'll be going crazy when them shits hit. Like I got plans on getting some stuff, doing some vacations at the end of the year. In October, I'm going to Comic-Con in New York for the first time, so I'm super excited about that. So yeah, I might like blah that stuff. I don't know yet, but we're definitely gonna see how it goes. But yeah, other than that, man, thank you guys so much for the support. If you guys are in my Telegram already, love you guys. You guys are amazing. I'm proud of each and every one of y'all. If you guys have any questions, again, reach out, and make sure you're always learning from your mistakes, because that's how I got better. Journal everything, and take notes on why you did it wrong, and make sure you don't do it again. And yeah, that's all I really have to say. If I don't end this, I'm gonna keep talking. So have a great weekend, guys, and I'm out of here.